no further ado, once again, welcome to the GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. Christine Andrew is here. You know my studio audience has been on vacation. They've been out since COVID, so that's all I can give her right now. But Christine is here. Good afternoon, Christine. How you doing?
I am great, Kevin. I'm so excited to be here and thank you again for inviting me.
Oh, please. Thank you for being here. I hear that so much. You know what? I will love to have you on our platform, but you know what? It's even more of an honor when it's accepted. You accepted it. And I thank you
Mhm.
for accepting the invitation to be here today and accepting the invitation to be a part of our broadcast network family. Thank you. She left. You know what?
Thank you.
I guess that's what I was waiting for. And Christine, thank you so much. And you know what? I want to dive right in. First and foremost, I want you to just come on board. Introduce yourself. Tell us who you are. Tell us where you're from. Who is Christine Andrew?
Okay. Christine Andrew is a new widow of it's now almost 4 years, and she is owner of her own business, a nutrition consulting business,
Hmm.
working with people in their health and nutrition. Um, I was a school teacher for 25 years, married for almost 27 years, and uh, had uh, the idea of I'm going to live forever, and my husband's going to will be married forever, and I'll be with him in his old age. And uh, so I had this ideal, like so many other women
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
married couples. And so, whenever you're married, we all said the same vows
Yeah.
till death do us part. And I was one of those. No, no, no. I don't want to hear that.
Right.
I
Right.
want I want to hear the other, the good stuff.
Yeah. Wow.
And so I didn't pay attention. And then, um, out of the blue, my husband dies of a heart attack right smack in the middle of COVID, 2021.
Wow.
And he didn't even die of COVID.
Wow.
And so, so had a heart attack, and I was plopped immediately into the category of widow. And I had prayed for a long time in my church for the Lord to show me a ministry. I need a ministry. What's my ministry? 20 years. I was in that church 20, almost 21 years. And well, God gave me a new ministry, and that was the ministry for widows.
Yeah.
That's not the ministry I asked for.
Right, right. Well, you know what? Sometimes God will allow us to be placed in a situation, but sometimes those situations are very uncomfortable for us. And of
Yes.
course, He'll play. You know what? If you ask, He'll listen. And I remember it saying in His Word, "I became all things to all men that I may win some." And it's
Hmm.
so important because we need those type of ministries as well.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, there's not a ministry that we don't need. Continue, please, Christine.
Okay. Um, and then, I didn't know what to do. I've never been a widow before. And so I had no idea what to do. And so, a friend, well, maybe, no, it was one of my sisters said, just start writing, making a list. So I did. I started making a list and writing it down and checking it off as I accomplished things. Like I thought, okay, well, oh, I guess I should call a lawyer. Um, oh, I guess I should call his former employees. And, so just started, things just started coming to me, and I started writing it down. And I started journaling. And I never, ever, ever thought I'd be a writer, but I had written another book, so I'm an author of another book, Food Isn't What It Used to Be, A Biblical Approach to Health. Um, And so I wrote that book first, and I'm currently in the process of editing and updating and revising that one.
Wow. Well, that's amazing because I didn't even know about that one.
Oh,
And now you kind of that was a gut shot, I tell you. But you know what? It's pretty good. Now, when did that one come out?
well, that came out in 2016.
Okay.
Um, and but I want to revise it. And
Yeah. Yeah.
so that was my first book, and I thought that was my only book. I just didn't consider myself a writer, but things just started coming. And so same with this book, as I started to journal, um, things just came almost daily. It seems like a new thought was coming, and was writing it down. And at one point, I thought, I think I have another book.
Well, that's all. It's amazing that you say that because, and I know that people can somehow, some way, uh, um, they can relate. A lot of people are out
Yes.
there, and a lot of times people speak on things that they really they want to say, they want to mention, they want people to know about, but have not. I mean, I have a book in me, and each and every one of you has a book in you. And
Mm-hmm.
you're actually putting, and there's so much more you do. Like you said, you have a business, you have a brand new book out, follow up, and of course, you're also doing a new podcast. We'll talk about that
Yes.
shortly. But I gotta find out. I'm a new widow, and what do I do now? I want to focus on that for a minute.
Okay.
What I mean, if someone wanted to go out and purchase this book today, what is it that you would want them to take away with them?
Yes, that's an excellent question, because I had no idea what to do. When you're thrown into widowhood, even if your spouse has been sick for a long time, it's still, when the death happens, it's still sudden. And I didn't even know, I couldn't even think to even go online to find a book to read. Because there is such a thing called widow brain. We just don't think. Um, and so from my book, the the first chapter is just about how I came to write this book. The second chapter is who to call, what to do.
So
It's
so
it's my it's my list. The
ah.
the first few days, this is what you need to do.
So
The
this is what
first
this
month,
this is
this is
what you
what you
wanted
need.
to take. This is exactly the list that you have in this book. This is what you want them to basically
Right
focus
off.
on. Okay, okay,
Yes.
okay. Now I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Come on, tell me about it.
Yeah. So who to call, not only what to do, but who to call in those first few weeks, the first month. There are so many people that need to be called and contacted, and who to assign what to, and not to do everything. There's no way a widow can do all this.
So
So I
resources.
yeah, so farm this out to other people. The first two months, the first 3 months, and then, like for me, uh, I don't know, it was maybe 4 or 5 months after, I get a call from a former employee, no, a former employer, from my husband's employer, asking me what to do with his 401k. And I was shocked. What do you mean a 401k? Oh yeah, he had a 401k with us. What?
Right,
So, simple things like that. Check all former employers,
right,
because you
right.
just never know. And
Uh,
so that's the first takeaway, is the list.
I'm a new widow. What do I do now? Now, of course, if you don't know now, Christine is one of our featured authors. She is located at the GMAP1.com platform, GMAP Broadcast Network. Go to that platform. Go to our platform. Click on the tab that is simply titled Featured Authors. When you get there, you'll see a copy of the publication I'm currently showing you on our screen. I'm a new widow. What do I do now? Click on that cover, and it will take you to the necessary location to find out more intimate information and details about the author as well as the publication, and doing so many things with the business and with the podcast and with the book and the editing and I gotta ask you this, and it's mandatory because when you look, Christine, back over the process, when you look at where it all began and where it is right, the journey you've taken and where you are now. When you look back over the process and you look back over even the trials, the tribulations, the tough times, the setbacks, the downfalls, even the doubts and the fears, where is it? I mean, what do you plan to do? I mean, where do you go from here as an author?
So I'm writing a sequel to I'm a New Widow. What do I do now? And it's going to be strictly devotions for the widows. And I'm working on that. And so each chapter will be a new devotion for them, and to continue encouraging their walk in widowhood. And so that's what I'm working on next.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, that's an interesting scenario because, we always look for follow up. We always look for a way to complement our previous work. And of course, I'm encouraging everyone today, and thank God for our partner networks. There are individuals out there who's paying attention, and I'm sure that there's a lot of individuals out there that can relate, that's listening to this conversation right here and right now. And a lot of things in this book is probably something that you always wanted to say, or you always wanted to get some feedback or recommendations, or even receive some resources on what you should do at one point. And let me say this: it's not about just being a widow.
No.
It's also about being a widower. It's tough because at one point I was married and divorced, and that was one of the hardest challenges I have ever had to face. And now, and I'm on my second marriage here, and that's all I'm going to have. I just want you to know that, Christine. I just want you to know. But and when I got married, there was a lot of doubt. And during that doubt, people were even complimenting my doubt with, they'll never last 20 minutes. Well, okay, maybe they can't get divorced that fast. They'll never last 20 days, or 20 weeks, or 20 hours, or 20 months. To God be the glory, Christine. On yesterday, my wife and I lasted 20 years. We're celebrating, wow. And I tell her every day, I said, I already found out what we need to do. From that day we got married, we're going to always remain on our honeymoon. And,
yes.
And it's so tough because when you lose someone in the process, how do you grasp that?
Right.
How do you maintain? What was your philosophy as you were writing this book?
Well, one thing that kept coming back was, well, for the first 2 months, I grieved regrets. I should have. I wished I had. And one of the things that I tell couples now, especially women, I tell them, you love on your husband every day because you don't know when that last day is going to be.
Wow. And it's so very true. And
it is.
It's not that, I mean, wow, I gotta figure out a way how I'm gonna say this. It's not that it's you really need to love on your husband and or your wife every day, because right now I'm preparing myself, and I know this is kind of it's getting derailed, but we're gonna get back on track. I'm grieving at the same time I'm smiling. I'm going through a tough time because I'm preparing for the homegoing celebration of my brother.
Yeah.
I heard you mention you gotta love on your husband every day. You gotta love on your wife every day. You gotta love on your siblings every day. You gotta love on your mom, your dad, your sister, because you just don't know. And then it's amazing because you walk past him every day, and I hate to say it, but the last time I had spoken with my brother, we argued.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I was telling my nephew, his son, I was telling him, I gotta call Michael and I gotta call my brother and I gotta
yeah,
apologize to him.
uh-huh,
I never got that chance.
yeah. And you,
So,
and
oh my God.
I tell, women, wives, husbands, because you need to do that because you do not want to live with regrets
Right,
after they're gone.
right,
That's worse than the grief alone.
right. Oh my goodness. So I know that the resources in this publication, now, of course, when people want to reach out, they want to show their love, care, concern, and support, and they want to reach out and they want to purchase a copy of I'm a New Widow. What do I do now? What's the process for them to do so? I mean, how can your book be purchased? How can they get it?
Sure. Through Amazon.com. It's right there on Amazon. If they're local, I deal out of the back of my trunk.
You know, that is so funny. That is, oh my God. You have made my day with that one.
So I always keep copies in the back of my trunk, but no, if they're not local, then Amazon is the best place to
Okay.
get it.
And Christine, of course, I'm just going to say this hypothetically. We're not going to allow them to forget about little old GMAP Broadcast Network. We're down here in the, in the lower left-hand corner in small print. They can also stop by our platform,
Sure.
and they could go to the featured authors area. They will see a copy of your publication in that area, and they can click on that cover, and it will take them directly to a location that will give them more intimate information and details about you as well as the publication. And of course, we
Mm-hmm.
appreciate that. Now, hypothetically, I know that there are some individuals out there who's looking for resources, who are maybe even looking for someone to just talk to that they know have been through an experience. If someone
Mm-hmm.
wanted to reach out to you on a more, I guess you could say, individual basis, what's
Yes.
that process? I mean, how can you be reached and connected with?
Okay. Messenger. Um, Messenger. I um, I do have email that they can also, but if they're on Facebook and they have Messenger, they can find me, Christine Andrew, on Messenger and can reach out that way.
I'm going to say this, and no dishonor or disrespect to anyone, but I always had a philosophy, a theory, so to speak. If you can't be reached, you can't be reached.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people are afraid to set up a free, I guess you can hypothetically say, Google number, Google
Oh.
Voice. Uh,
Hmm.
I'm going to encourage all of you, set up a phone number somewhere. It doesn't have to be your cell phone, doesn't have to be your home phone, doesn't have to be your personal phone, but find a way to set up a phone number for yourself. People want to call someone. Even if they can't reach you, they'll get a voicemail and hear your voice.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they want to do. Everybody, my mom hates Facebook.
Oh,
She
yeah.
cause she calls it face page. I don't want
Yes.
to go on face page. So you're limiting you're putting a limit to yourself when you say, well, I can be reached on Facebook or email.
Yeah.
You're limiting the people that's going through tough times with being a widow, with being a widower, because I do a program, Christine, on my network called Road to Recovery. And
Oh.
a lot of people think that that road is simply about drugs or alcohol, and no,
Mm-hmm.
you have so much in this world that you need to recover from. Death in your
Mm-hmm.
family, death of one of your siblings, a divorce. As you say, being a widow. That's a recovery process.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not one dimensional. You got to look at all the areas. And speaking of that, I just want to encourage you. Google Voice is free, and you need a phone number where people can hear your voice, because I want to tell you why they want to hear your voice personally, Christine, is because they need that initial incentive. They need that initial voice of encouragement.
Mm-hmm.
When they're typing, you're no different than any other typed letter in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But your
Mm-hmm.
voice is unique,
Mm-hmm.
and they want to hear it. Well, I heard her on GMAP the other day, and I just can't reach her now. I just and they start going through that emotion of, I guess you can say, those things beyond our control.
Mm-hmm.
They want to talk to you. And speaking of all that, I understand you also do a podcast. And
Yes.
let's talk
So,
about your podcast. I mean, what's the podcast
yes.
all about?
Yeah. Um, yes. My podcast, it's called The Widows Podcast, and it airs the second Wednesday of each month on Spotify, uh, iHeart, the major platforms. So, but that is the time that I share my devotions that I have prepared for my widows.
Ah, so basically, Christine, this is more like a how can I say it? A widow's podcast.
It is. There's a lot of widows podcasts out there, but my podcasts are very, very different.
Would you call it support? Like a support group for widows?
It's what I would call it is a support, but it's more of how how to walk in the journey of widowhood and still glorify God and bring honor to
Mm.
his name.
Well, I'm looking at this because I just got a text, and he said once a month. My friend over at Comcast says, I would love to have that podcast on our network because we need to focus on helping others. Wow.
Yes,
That's pretty
that
cool.
that's what it is. And so it's always to encourage. I usually give like scripture uh references, and then how we can apply the concept
Yeah.
to us as widows, widowers, and and then I talk about my book and how to get my book. And yeah, if people want to contact me and talk to me, I love talking to other widows. And I will give out my cell phone number, and that's how I even get guests come and talk about their walk with
Well, I'm
being
glad.
widow.
I'm glad you said that. Because there is no shortage of guests in the world today. There's a
Hmm.
lot of people out there who's been through it, who's facing it, and who's actually going through it right now. If you're in divorce court, if you're about to lose someone, they're bedridden, you just got that feeling that they're getting themselves prepared to rest well,
Hmm.
and it's a tough scenario for many of
Yeah,
us.
huh?
And
It
and
is.
and and, and my suggestion is either you've just come out of it, you're going through it right now,
Mhm, mhm.
or you're getting ready to go through it.
Yes,
So
yes,
it's inevitable actually,
it is.
and most people don't understand that.
That's the first word in my book is death is inevitable.
It's inevitable.
It is.
And I'm going to encourage all of you. I mean, there's so many different avenues that we could choose to talk about, but number one, I want you to show your love, care, concern, and support. I want you to purchase a copy of this book, I'm a New Widow. And men, I'm encouraging you as well, because you could put ER on the word widow easily.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
and
yeah.
and and and, and when you lose a wife, I just celebrated my 20th year anniversary yesterday.
Ah, congratulations.
Thank you so much. And my wife bought bought us two T-shirts, and laid them on the bed. I'm like, what's t-shirts? What's this? And my t-shirt said, when you find a wife, you find a good thing.
Oh,
Her t-shirt said, I'm his good thing.
oh,
And it was
that's so sweet.
established 7/16/2005. And I
Oh,
thought, and I wore that shirt with so much pride. And then I woke up the next day and I put it on again. She said,
mm,
well, honey, well, you're going to wear that shirt again? Absolutely. I'm going to wear it again because I want the world to know how important it is to appreciate your spouse.
oh, absolutely.
You can be here today and gone tomorrow. Oh my
Yep.
goodness! Don't get me
Mhm.
started, Christine, because I don't mind shouting.
I
You know?
so one other thing, Kevin, I would like to share about my book
Uh huh.
is it's not just for widows and widowers or those that have divorced, but at the very end, the last chapter, I actually make an appeal to those who have not lost a spouse. So I want
Hmm.
to teach them how to respond to widows and widowers.
Yeah.
The worst thing that people could say is, oh, he's in a better place.
Yeah.
Oh, she's in a
Yeah.
better
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing that anyone could say to a new widow or widower. So the last chapter is specific things for what to do for new widows or widowers.
Challenge.
Be there
Challenge.
for them.
Challenge,
You know,
Christine. Challenge. I got a
um,
challenge. I got a challenge for you.
yes.
I heard you mention that, and I gotta stop you right there because I don't want people to not hear this. Because you said something very important. The worst thing you can say is he's in a better place, or
Mm-hmm.
she's in a better place, or they're in a better place.
Mm-hmm.
Challenge for you. When someone faces that challenge of approaching or being approached by a new widow or new widower, what would your recommendation? I don't want to say what would your suggestion and or recommendation be to the first words to come out of their mouth?
I'm so sorry.
I love
Something
that.
that simple. Just,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, because you hear the words my condolences.
Yeah.
You hear
Mm-hmm.
they're in a better place. You hear,
Mm-mm.
you know, they're in heaven. Even all kind of things. But
Mm-hmm.
to hear the words "I'm sorry" is,
Yeah.
like you said, two of the most important words you could ever say.
Yeah.
I love the word "I'm sorry" versus "my condolences."
Oh,
That
yes.
sounds so.
It's just cold.
Oh my gosh! It's so repetitious and so routine and so rehearsed.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like I'm just going through the process to get past it
Yes.
instead of being sorry, because when you're showing some true sympathy and true sorrow for something and or someone, you want to embrace that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is there any, because that can be followed up. Is there anything I can do to assist you during this? I mean, I'm so sorry. My condolences. That's all you can say and walk away.
Mm-hmm.
But oh
Right.
my goodness, don't get me started, Christine. I'm loving this.
Uh-huh.
All right, and of course, I appreciate that. And, I got to ask you, and I know you said you've mentioned it before we let you go, I want to make sure that we covered it. You look back over the process from where it all began, where you are now, and the process during this journey it has taken to get you there. What's next? I mean, what's next for you as an author?
Oh, as an author, um, just my um sequel to my book. That's what's next. I
Yeah.
mean, that's as far as an author. In my personal life, um, that's up to the Lord.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Because it's hard to really guesstimate because that's
Right.
all you're doing. That's all you're not estimating. You're
Mm-hmm.
guesstimating.
Mm-hmm.
Because you really don't ever know what God has in store for you.
No, no. So I just keep writing,
Mm-hmm.
and and uh, I already have my publisher, and she's excited that I'm doing this, and So I'm excited about it, and so see what comes of that, and
Mm,
then just what happens in my personal life.
yeah.
I'm one day at a time.
Oh, there you go. And it's exciting that you said that because I'm already figuring out I have to invite you back at least once or twice a month for the next 6 months because you got so much going on that we just don't
Hmm.
have enough time to really cover it all. And I know I'm running out of time with our partner
Okay.
networks because they're chimed in, and he's already given me a thumbs up. You got to have her back. So we're gonna have to break down, the book concerning the health and nutrition part of your journey. We got to discuss the new podcast in more detail because I'm trying my very best to squeeze that podcast into our broadcast network schedule each month because I want to be able to present that to the widows and widowers or even those that are not or haven't even gotten married yet.
Hmm.
I want to be able to approach that because it's not entertainment. It's necessary. It's something that we really need to present, and we need to present more things that have major importance to people.
Hmm.
So I'm going to be inviting you back because I am not finished with this conversation, Christine. I just want you to know that.
Okay.
So you got to prepare yourself. Once again,
Yeah.
Christine Andrew, she's one of our featured authors on the GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. I'm a new widow. What do I do now? I want you to make sure that you go and purchase a copy. Show your love, your care, concern, and support. Purchase a copy. Share this information and this publication with different people around the world. And of course, when you do so, don't forget, please leave a review. Leave a review.
Mm.
I'll say it one more time. Leave a review. Christine, say it with me. Say it with me now.
Thank
Leave
you.
a review. Say that with
Review.
me. Leave
Leave a
a review.
review. Thank
Please, because
you.
it's so important to do that. I know Christine will appreciate it. I'll appreciate it. Amazon. And those that are on the outside looking in, they'll appreciate it as well. Please leave a review because they want to know how you feel, what you think, what you require, recommend, and or suggest for people who are facing this challenge right now, who has just come out of this challenge, or who's getting ready to go into this challenge, or meet or greet or come in contact with someone who's experienced either one of those three. We want you to be able to embrace the process and make sure that you realize that your destiny was determined before your delivery. So you have something special to share with them to make
Mm.
them realize that in spite of going through this trying time, there is, like they say, a destiny at the end of it all. And we want to make sure that each and every one of us reach that destiny. Christine, I
Mm.
want to thank you so much for being here. I got to call you right back because I got a couple of follow-ups that we're going to have to do. We're going to have to set up another day because I'm not finished, and Vic won't let me be finished over at Comcast. He keeps telling me I got to have that podcast. That's funny to me. But I'll be giving you a call, but I want to make sure that you understand we will be inviting you back real soon to follow up and do, like we want to say, a part two of it all. To follow up, to get more in detail about the podcast and also about the nutrition area of your life and your journey. But I want to thank you so much for being here. Looking forward to talking with you again soon. I'm going to move over and I'm going to let you have your final thoughts, your final words, and closing remarks as we prepare to go. So I'm going to move over and say, Christine Andrew, the floor is yours.
Well, thank you so much for having me, and I've enjoyed it, and it just had fun, and appreciate this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I told you you're going to have some fun. I told you. I did say, I said, Christine, you're going to have some fun. Christine Andrew right here, one of our featured authors on the GMAP Broadcast Network. Don't forget to stop by our site. Click on featured authors. You'll see a copy of the publication. Click on that cover and it will take you to the necessary location to find out more intimate information and details about the author. Thank you guys over at Roku, Amazon Fire, Comcast. Thank you guys for joining us today. All of our viewers and listeners around the world. Until next time, be blessed and be a blessing right here from yours truly, Pastor Kevin, on the number one station in the nation, the GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com.